Hey, Matt Morris. Welcome to part 6 and how to go from an amateur to a professional. I'm a little winded. I just got out of the gym. I am here in Johannesburg, South Africa, and thought I'd pop out to the pool here, hang out a little bit, and record a quick show for you. So part 6, how to distinguish between an amateur and a professional. And this is, again, one of the mistakes I made. You know, I learn best, I teach best from the mistakes that I've made over the years. And one of the biggest mistakes that I made early in my career was that I would try and make chickens fly. And you know, here's what ends up happening with many people is they get into network marketing, they enroll 3, 4, 5, 6 people, and those 3, 4, 5, 6 people aren't doing a whole lot. And so you think, well, man, maybe I'm not training them enough. Maybe I'm not being a good enough upline. Maybe I need to, you know, just not do anything, and I'll focus on getting these 3, 4, 5, 6 people, you know, helping them, you know, grow a huge business. And what you end up doing is you're calling those few people and you're saying, hey, we got an event on Tuesday night, come on out. And what happens is if they're chickens, they end up, you know, not coming to the event. You call them, you go, what went on? You know, what happened? Where were you on Tuesday night? And they're like, buck, buck, I had to work late. Buck, buck, I was tired. And you're thinking, all right, well, you know, we've got another event on Saturday. It's a super Saturday training. We got so-and-so flying in. Come on out, okay? And they're like, okay, buck, buck, I'll be there. And so Saturday comes and goes, and none of your chickens show up for your training. And you're like, oh my gosh, my people didn't show up. And so you call them up and you go, hey, what happened on Saturday? And they say, oh, I slept in, as chickens do. So you think, all right, well, if you want to meet for lunch this week, I'll, you know, go through all my notes. And so you end up meeting with your team members and you take your notes that you had from the training on Saturday and you try and regurgitate and, you know, train them on what they should have gotten on their own if they just would have woken up and come to the training. And so what happens is you got a few of these and you're constantly running around trying to make these chickens fly. And the reality is chickens don't fly. They don't fly. It doesn't matter how much you throw them up in the air. Doesn't matter what you do. They're never going to fly. Now, some people are eagles in training. And, you know, those are the ones that show up to the training. Maybe they're not having a lot of success, but they're coachable. You know, they show up to events. They show up to trainings. And I'm all for mentoring them. I'm all for being there for them when they call you. But, my friends, if you constantly try and make chickens fly and that's how you spend your career as an amateur, you end up with chicken shit all over you. That's what an amateur does. And then they end up quitting and saying, network marketing doesn't work. I enrolled 6 people and, you know, I never made a whole lot of money. They never did anything. And the reality is you sponsored 6 chickens. So here's what a professional does. What a professional does is they don't worry about the chickens. They're there. Now, I'm not saying don't support your team. You know, let them know, hey, you can call me every day. Text message me every day. Be in constant communication. You'll give up on you before I'll give up you. I'm here. So support your teams. Be the best upline you can be. But if you want to be a great upline, the best way you can motivate your team is going out and personally producing. Going out and finding the eagles who are going to be coachable and who are going to produce without you having to drag them along. See, you can't carry anyone on your back to the finish line. You know, you might be able to carry one barely, but if you're trying to carry 3 or 4, you're just never going to make it to the finish line. Go out and find the eagles, my friends. That is what a professional does. The top income earners in network marketing have done a lot of personal production. They've had to sort through a lot of sort through a lot of chickens to find the eagles. Early in my network marketing career, I talked to a guy who had made $10 million in network marketing from one company in a 10-year period, and he said his secret to success was he went out and enrolled 700 people. 700. So he went out and found the eagles. He didn't try to make the chickens fly. And so that is one of the greatest lessons. If I look at my organization, you know, put in 600,000 people in the last 5.5 years, I've enrolled a bunch of people, about 200, and a lot of them have unfortunately been chickens, but I'm willing to keep going until I find the eagles, and that is what has created massive, massive results. So if you feel like this can add some value to some others, definitely share this around. Feel free to tag people in the post. If you're not subscribed to my Facebook fan page, go over to facebook.com/theunemployedmillionaire. Like that page. You'll get these videos in your timeline. And if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter over at mattmorris.com, hop over there, put your name and email address in, and we'll email you these videos several times a week. Go make life an adventure.